If there's a fight on this card that I can be wrong about, I want it to be this one. I'm going to be picking Magomed Mustafaev to beat Yamato Nishikawa in this fight. But man, I really want Yamato Nishikawa to win this one. It's so weird. Like, I know that Yamato's taking the fight on short notice, but he's not even 20 years old yet. He's 19 years old. And they're giving him Magomed Mustafaev in his debut. I mean, you look at Harold Rosas Jr., who just got signed to the UFC at 17, might as well be 18. I believe he's turned 18 since. But he's going to be an 18-year-old in the UFC, and they're going to spoon feed. Harold Rosas Jr. You know what I mean? And now you got Yamato Nishikawa, 19 years old, with a 21-3 record behind him. It's a great record. I don't understand why they wouldn't really want to build on that. You know what I mean? Like, that's a crazy record. And I feel like maybe they could have done Yamato a little bit better. Maybe signed him and then kept him around for the card in South Korea next year or something like that. Mustafaev's been tired of fighting the top of the top of lightweight for a while. A loss to Brad Riddell ain't too bad, and that one there, Mustafaev was kind of looking for the takedowns and he was getting them, but Brad Riddell dropped him at some point in the fight. And then also, again, Mustafaev was winning a round, and then Brad Riddell kind of ended up on top and got really good ground and pound and won the fight that way. I know it's 2.5 years ago, I just realised I'm talking about, and then he also knocked out Rafael Fiziev when he was on the come up. He's a potential title challenger. He lost to Kevin Lee 6 years ago. 6 years ago, Kevin Lee was a different fighter. He was a pretty good up-and-coming fighter himself. But, yeah, I guess maybe one thing you could pick out is he hasn't fought. This is Mustafaev. Mustafaev hasn't fought for about 2.5 years, which could be a little bit of a red flag in Yamato Nishikawa. For 3 weeks ago, when I was predicting, when I was doing my early predictions, it said like 1 week ago, and obviously they've changed it to be 3 weeks ago, which is probably a lot more accurate. But Yamato's fighting often. He's only fought 5 times in the last year, which kind of makes you think, how many times did this guy fight when he was 17, 18 years old to have a 21-3 record? But I want Yamato to win. Sorry, I haven't even broken down the fight yet. I've just been talking about their records. But what I see in Yamato is he's mostly a grappler, but his striking's not bad. But he's not that comfortable on the feet. I feel like his striking's a little bit. It's a little bit like it's like he's kind of like an inexperienced striker. I know that makes no sense whatsoever, but it kind of looks like that way. He doesn't look that comfortable on the feet, even though he's still a good striker anyway. But then Magomed Mustafaev, he's a very good wrestler and he's a very good grappler, and he's got really good striking in his back pocket, and he does throw spinning kicks, and he does throw spinning this and that, and I feel like you might see a lot of spinning kicks for the big Dubai crowd that's gonna be there to watch Mustafaev. But I've got to pick Mustafaev, I hate to say it, like I hate to say it, and it pains me to say it. I think he's gonna win by ground and pound KO in the first round. I really want Yamato to win. I don't understand. Like, I'm so happy for him that he got signed to the UFC, because he has been on my radar for a while. If you don't know, I do have a pretty good grasp on the regional MMA scene. UFC signed me to be like a scout for you. You know, like I've got some real good prospects in my head right now that I'm thinking of. But just kidding. I mean, I do though. But Mustafaev, ground and pound KO in the first round. Yeah, I spent a lot of time on that video, so it's just because I'm really hyped for Yamato Nishikawa. I've been watching this guy, not for long. I've only been watching him for a couple of months. Honestly, it was actually after that Choi fight that I noticed who he was, and then obviously I watched that one, but it was against a guy with a losing record, so it is what it is. But yeah, got to go with Mustafaev. Round 1 KO, ground and pound, in my opinion. Maybe Nishikawa can lock up a sub. I think Nishikawa can win fights in the UFC, but not against Magomed Mustafaev. It's a tough debut. It's so tough.